Hey, buddy, you just got, well, not recently, but in the last couple of, 6 months, you got a brand new roof from our friends over at Secured Roofing and Restoration. And how did that go?
Yeah, it went great, and I didn't even know if I had damage. I had a bad hailstorm come to my house, hail crazy, and I went up there. I was looking around. I'm like, I don't really see any damage, but that's because I'm not a professional. Right. I'm not a roofer. I don't even know what I'm looking for. Secured Roofing came. They got up there. It's free, by the way. Yeah. If you do have any damage or think you have any damage, just go to securedroofingrestoration.com. I'll give you a number. This is the owner's son, Jake. So,
oh God, now we're just going to the owner's son. It's just getting even easier. I like it.
Yeah. His cell phone number is 407-403-8038. If you give them a call, just let them know you're a Tom and Dan listener. They'll take care of you. But it's free for roof inspection. So they get up there, and like after my storm, Secured Roofing came by, and then he showed me. He's like, yeah, you've got 1,000 tiny divots all over your roof. Your roof is destroyed. These divots are going to lead to leaks in your roof, and it's going to be worse and worse. And they work with my insurance company. They offer 24-hour to 48-hour emergency tarping. So if you do have damage, they can come out and tarp it.
But it looks really good. Like, that's the thing, is that, like, all of the little things that you've done to your house, and we've used your house as sort of a focal point for a lot of these home improvement clients that we work with that are great. Man, your house, and I told you when I was there this past weekend, between the roof, the painting, the yard, I mean, it's a damn showplace. There is no reason why BDMs and people can't get these awesome, clients that we have and make your house look like a goddamn mansion. It looks phenomenal, dude.
Yeah, and we all know all the insurance problems going on in Florida, and a lot of people, they have old roofs, and you're going to get letters from your insurance company. They're going to tell you they're going to drop you if you don't get a new roof. This is happening a lot around Florida because they are looking for reasons to drop people. Yeah. So if you're going to have to buy a new roof, go through Secured Roofing and Restoration. Like I said, call Jake, the owner's son. He'll take care of you, give you the best pricing, the best service, and they really will do a quality job putting on your new roof. And you need it in Florida, especially if you have an old one. So again, it's securedroofingandrestoration.com.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time. We've got Jana and Jason on the line.
Yeah, and you cannot stop looking at her adorable little hat.
How you guys doing?
Oh, I hit the wrong button. I went to go to you guys, and I went to an empty couch like you guys had disappeared. I apologize. You can be watching this on Twitch, twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live.
StartLivingLucky.com. So, Jana, I noticed your painter's beret.
It is not. Is it a painter's beret?
Yeah. It's a fuzzy. It's kind of a furry little fuzzy.
Is that a kufi? Are you appropriating?
Yes.
What is that? What are you doing?
What is that? What did you just say? I don't know. But I was mentioning before we started that is a hat that I could never pull off ever.
It's an aggressive hat.
And everybody would laugh at me. Like, if I wore that, if I came in here, you would laugh at me.
Okay,
Sam will definitely laugh at me.
Well, Sam laughs at everything we do.
But I'll bet $1 million Sam would laugh me out of this office if I came in wearing a beret.
Being serious about
it? She would never believe it.
I'm serious about my goddamn beret, Sam.
No, she would laugh.
Are you carrying an M16 when you're wearing the hat?
That's true.
How are you? Yeah. How are you portraying yourself, and what kind of confidence are you walking in with?
Yeah.
No, but it's just when. What
revolutionary.
In what situation could I wear that hat and get away with it?
The only situation of you wearing a beret is somebody puts a gun to your head and goes, "Put on beret."
What would be more ridiculous, a beret or a cowboy hat?
Beret.
A cowboy hat is equally as ridiculous.
Cowboy hat on you, though, you just kind of look like, you're at a hoedown or so, you at a party.
No, but
you're at a Rossmeyer charity event.
Or
picture you in a cowboy hat, some Daisy Dukes, and some boots.
Well, a beret is a little bit more artsy and a little bit more feminine. So I'm leaning more towards cowpoke.
What about like Jason Mraz?
Fedora.
That's equally as ridiculous, right?
It goes like this. If you, in order of most likely to wear, cowboy, fedora, beret. That is my final answer.
All right.
I feel like you just called my hat ridiculous in front of me.
Well, for him,
for me.
For him, a lot of things are ridiculous for him. You know, like the concept of washing his legs, that's ridiculous to him.
Like if you're a jester, wear the bell hat.
Yeah, but if you're snowboarding and you put that on, then you're just a douchebag.
You know, you're Dr. Seuss, I know that hat you're going to wear.
But for
you can pull it off,
and you're artsy. You're very artsy, and you're very. You guys are world travelers, and you're younger than we are. So I feel like the beret, and also ladies. I feel like
are they younger?
I think they are younger.
We're older. I think we're older.
No.
Well, I mean, Dane, I'm the youngest here.
Of them? No. Jason's younger than you.
We're older than you two.
No.
I'm 46, so I'm the
46.
I'm the elder.
I thought you were 45.
Yeah. Well, I was. But I'm not anymore.
Wow.
I know. It's crazy.
All right, guys. What are you doing? What are you up to?
What are you doing other than wearing...
we just got back from vacation.
Well, I knew Jason... Last I heard, Jason was in Spain. He was right? Wasn't he in Spain?
Yeah, well, that was work. And it was like a pilgrimage. So we got back from that. Then we took a vacation.
We went to cousin camp, where it's just like all my cousins and we meet in a house.
Family reunion.
I've seen that before. I've seen the videos of that.
I've seen that. We shouldn't be doing this. Mom and Dad won't even know.
I don't know if.
And last time you let me honk your teeth. That's what he said.
It's real popular.
Last time you let me honk your teeth. What's the difference? Let me see it.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah, it is different.
So, what is it?
We went to a remote area in Minnesota. Like we were off the grid type remote area. And we went, I meant to bring him to show you, but we actually went to folk school where we learned to basket weave.
You learned to basket weave at folk school.
Cousin camp.
At cousin camp.
You guys are getting crazier by the week. I love it. I love it.
Of all the vacations to go to,
cousin camp not on my list.
Yeah. To go to some remote area in Minnesota and learn how to weave baskets, it just seems like there's so many other things in this world to do.
But they've done it all, man.
Have you done it all?
When we lose Bitcoin, when we lose all currency and everything's wiped out, we're going to have something to fall back on.
Yes. And you'll fall back on the basket weaving because if there's one thing I know we're going to need, we're going to need baskets to carry around bullets and berries, leaves for structures.
Yeah.
A sand basket.
I feel like most of your time is just trying to baseline survive and weave in a basket. There's no time for basket. Yeah, there'll be a pile of baskets at Walmart. I mean, they'll take all the food and ammunition, but they'll leave baskets. Yeah. Like you can go to.
Not me though. I'm hoarding the baskets, and I'll be the basket king. You want a basket? You have to come track me down.
So, do you learn how to weave a whole basket?
Do you finish
in one day?
Or do they give you like a starter basket? Because I got a bone to pick with these basket men. Sometimes they'll give you like a starter basket where they've already started kind of that circular pattern, right? And they'll hand you that and they'll, here, you use this, my friend. And I'm like, no. I want to start from scratch.
We had to start with newspapers, and we actually had to roll them to weave.
All kinds of life skills learned in this basket.
So you're making trash baskets.
Roll the newspapers to see, to start the weaving
long,
process.
tight rolls.
So you were weaving. So
you could tell which cousins were like the dope smokers because they were like, look at this.
They were good at it.
They were really, really good at it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm a dope smoker. So you had to weave paper trash into basket materials.
Yes, and this was like our entire week. Like we did this.
That's grueling.
This is what happened. We stayed at this bed and breakfast, okay? And it was this manor. It was called a manor.
Trash.
In this house, the people that were running the bed and breakfast, they got COVID. So next
I shouldn't laugh that hard at that. Wow.
This is straight out of like a Chevy Chase vacation.
Yeah, this is like the Burbs meets Chevy Chase Vacation.
I'm going to start laughing at everybody who gets COVID. I'm going to laugh out loud.
Yeah, Tony Range. Tony Range just hit me.
I didn't mean to laugh at it. It just, here's what happened is we aren't used to running a bed and breakfast. And so
well, wait a minute. Can you pause for 1 second? Please pause. Because I hope you, first of all, first thing I want to get out there is that when we do call you crazy, I hope you know that that's meant with love and that we love you. I just want to get that out there, okay? I don't want you to feel like this is any way we're judging you in a bad way, because you know that we're crazy. We just like, sometimes when you associate with us, I feel bad for you associating with us because we're so crazy. But then you say things like this, and then I'm like, oh, they're meant to be. So who told you that you were taking over? Because we never got there. You just said that they got COVID, and then you guys decided to take over the bed and breakfast.
Well, so this is the situation. So you're out in the middle of nowhere. You're in this house. I don't know if you've seen the movie Knives Out, but it's a house very similar to that. So like 9 bedrooms, 13 bathrooms. You're expecting to have all your meals cooked because it's a bed and breakfast. You're in the middle of nowhere, and the proprietors of the house have now got COVID. So the food's there. The kitchen is like this big, huge gourmet kitchen with a commercial setup.
Yeah.
And what do?
And so
someone's got to take control.
So next thing you know, Jason and I are like, we're in the kitchen trying to follow these recipes, and they're like souffles and Dutch babies.
Dutch babies are hard to make.
20 poached eggs at a time.
I mean, I'm doing this commercial poach pocket that I've never poached an egg in my life.
Yeah, me neither. Well, I've never made a Dutch baby either. They're hard.
Well, can't you just do the regular, some eggy bakey?
Yeah, why don't you swing through an Einstein's?
Well, I'm just saying, like, you don't have to.
We did some waffles. We did some pancakes. I mean, it was.
But even the waffles, I mean, we didn't know how to make the batter. And, I mean, these were, like, really complicated recipes.
And it wasn't like, and there was it was like a recipe for this handmade whipped cream.
I love handmade whipped cream.
The cream, and you got to whip it.
No, that's how Andrea and Maisie make whipped cream for their key lime pie. We make all of our own sauces and creams now because we love cooking. So we make our own whipped cream. And my wife hates whipped cream, but she loves when we make our own whipped cream because it just tastes different. It's way better, dude. Everything you make yourself is way better.
How much better?
100%.
100%?
Yeah. Because it doesn't, like whipped cream in a can, it has like a filmy.
Wait a minute, it's 100% better?
It has like a filmy taste. It has like almost like it's like an oil.
Like plastic and poison.
Yeah, like plastic and poison. Yeah.
I thought that's what you get. Get what you get. So, Jason, you were making food for the other Airbnb guests
and for the COVID people?
Well, it was our whole family. So we didn't. It wasn't just Jana and I, but it was a lot of us.
There was so they had a rule that you had to take off your shoes when you entered the house. Now we only saw our family, but we had 20.
There was a lot of pairs of shoes for just.
We had like 20-something members of our family there, but there was probably 100 pairs of shoes, and I'm like, where are all the people? Where are all the people? Yeah. And let me just tell you, there was something weird about this manor. Because it was half finished. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there were...
Like all the grapes weren't
like done. My kitchen. It's called Lazy Podcaster.
There were wedding dresses just, like, stacked. And there were rooms where there was just junk of, like, doll heads.
Oh, I love doll heads.
What? This is a haunted house movie.
So you guys come. You show up at the haunted house. I'm guessing it's storming. Your family shows up. The caretakers of the mansion say, "We have COVID. You got to cook for us." They were trying to kill you.
Well, this is the perfect setup to.
This is that Dan Aykroyd movie where they have to stay in the mansion to get the $1 million.
Yeah. And then you all have to stay in the mansion, and then
you have to spend one night in the spooky manor, and if you can make it out alive, then you win the million shoes.
And then you go from room to room. You find the doll room, and then you find the room with all the trinkets, and then
you find the wedding dress ghost room.
Yeah. Bingo bongo. There's little clues that tell you where to go to find the treasure.
And then at the end, you realize that it was one of your family member that was extra ignored and extra lonely that had created this entire crazy scenario in order to make you guys like them more. And they're just misunderstood.
So why did it have a doll room? Why did it have doll room and other weirdo things?
I'm telling you, there was something really.
I don't even think we saw them to say goodbye to them. It was isolation and we're out.
There was something off. There was something off about this house, and we all felt it. We all knew it. And my sister even said, "Do you think there's cameras around here?" And they're upstairs watching us, because it felt like
the COVID people. It felt
like they would just pop up. I don't know what's that scene where.
It's always the eyes in the painting, right?
Yeah.
That's where they hide, right?
Yeah, man, they follow you.
So
let me get this straight. Your entire family went to a spooky manor. The caretakers said they had COVID. They retired upstairs to their camera room where they watched and masturbated to your entire family making Southern delights. So your family cooked all these Southern delights while the caretakers masturbated in their main bedroom. Okay, this sounds like a typical normal.
Confirm nor deny what was happening behind closed doors.
Yeah, that's fantastic. This isn't terrifying at all.
So back to cousin camp. Is this something someone else puts on, or did you guys organize it, like a family retreat? How does it work?
We started doing this when I was a kid, and it was just a way for my cousins and my sisters to kind of get together and play. And our parents would provide us a place to just go, and usually it was a house somewhere, and we wouldn't have much to do, but we could use our imaginations.
I love that.
A couple years ago
I feel like, and now before you crap all over this, I would like to say that I miss this. I feel like there's a detachment from my dad's brother and his family.
Yeah.
That I used to have. We used to go up to Virginia. I used to see all my relatives. And since mom and dad have passed, and since I'm orphaned now, and I have my own family kind of doing my thing here in Orlando, I do think that these type of trips, and I see your family do it a lot, Tom, and hearing the Shelfers do it, kind of has inspired me to, I need to do more about being better about reaching out to the people in my family that I don't see. I really need to work on that. I am not good at it. I don't do a good job on it. This cousin camp, getting together with family I don't see a lot. As much as I'd love to make fun of this and crap all over it, I think it's really cool. I hope you guys know that that's genuine. I really feel like I should.
We had this conversation, but it's a 3-day thing. It's not a week-long thing.
And here's the thing.
Oh, too long? It was too long?
We all get so excited that everybody starts wanting to plan next year's trip. And everybody's like, oh, next year we should go overseas, or we should, rent a yacht. And to be honest with you, after 3 days, you're kind of like, I'm really tired of Uncle Charlie's.
Yeah, it's
touching my legs.
Catch up real quick. I think this is really what Thanksgiving is supposed to be for.
Yeah,
really. Yeah, now, I wish that Aunt Marty's cat would stop crapping in my beret.
Well, okay, I'm all about spending time with family and all that, but
oh my god, she's got a dog.
The
dolls are here.
I would rather pick a place where there's other things to do, not in the middle of nowhere
where there's nothing to do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Minnesota, where there's nowhere to go, there's no nightlife, there's no usually you pick an area.
You love a good discotheque.
Well, no, I'm just saying you pick a resort or some sort of hotels that are near things.
Too expensive, man. They're trying to save money.
Yeah, but there's Airbnbs everywhere now. You can find Airbnb mansions anywhere, and places that are next to things to do.
Water park.
Yeah, just somewhere.
I love a water park. park.
Somewhere to get out of the house, because inevitably you get bored with your family, and then they start wanting to play board games and other stuff. Then you start getting to know.
Uncle Charlie's trying to show you all of his QAnon YouTube videos. I don't have time for this.
Exactly. They're showing you the conspiracy theories.
That's part of it.
Are they broadcasting this?
I know.
Was this really what I was like? You gotta watch
board
these
games and singing songs, and like we were doing crafts and
campfires.
Like we were making skits.
Campfires and
that's
skits.
That's part of it.
This is Tom's greatest nightmare: is cousin camp. Like skits,
wedding dresses, paintball.
Tom hates skits. He hates skits. Hates them.
I hate crafts.
You do. Which you hate more, crafts or skits?
Skits. I hate skits more.
Really?
Crafts, can sit there quietly and just make my basket as long as I'm high or drunk. And that's another thing I was going to mention.
Were you guys high or drunk?
Like on these type of things, usually when I'm hanging out with family or doing family stuff,
you can numb yourself.
Like, I start hitting the booze. Like I'm 10:30, 10:45.
Oh, are you crazy? I drink one with breakfast. I start with mimosas and then I sneak into beer.
Yeah. Well, I'll pop a edible early, right when I wake up. I won't even before I brush my teeth. You brush the edible off. And
exactly. You got to do 20 milligrams, a little piece of cheese to activate it, a cup of coffee, and then 5 beers.
Yeah. And then I'm just numb and kind of out of it the entire time that I'm there. So is everybody dead sober? Are you partying? What's going on?
Like Bob Ross crafty.
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
Like happy little squirrels.
Yeah, like things can, if you make a mistake, just turn it into a cloud. It's fine.
Or is it like religious family and they frown upon drinking and day drinking?
Some people, it's like religious family. They're like, at 10:30, we do a 2-hour prayer. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God.
No, it as the days went on, people started drinking earlier and earlier and earlier.
Yeah,
yes.
Any dust ups, any fights?
Yeah, because then you get drunk.
It got to the point where people started, they would go to the room and shut the door and be like, oh my gosh, if Jeanette doesn't stop, worrying, or if she doesn't stop complaining, and people start getting,
I'm gonna kill her.
Get a little catty. They get a little catty, but that's okay.
I'm gonna stick her in the room with the doll heads.
Yeah, that's all family. That's all family. Did you guys sneak off to the doll head room, and play,
No, but we tried on the wedding dresses. That was kind of fun. That was kind of
so tight.
Now, let me ask you this. So I've noticed in family get-togethers throughout the years that you can get by for the first hours with small talk.
Catch up.
Yeah, catch up and small talk and stuff. But then after that, inevitably, someone wants to bring up, and nowadays it's even more prevalent because everything's politicized, but someone wants to bring up something politicized, and it could be as simple as vaccinations or something that wouldn't be politicized a long time ago, or like you're talking about Republican and Democrat. Now we're talking, everything's politicized. Everything. So did that happen? And then you have to awkward or try to switch the subject? Because I know I've become very good at learning how to take the subject and transition it to something that can't be politicized.
I'll do the worst thing.
Wow.
I'll do the absolute worst thing that I could do with me in the scenario. I'll say, guys, we're not going to talk about this right now. I will blatantly say it to the adults there. I'll be like, we are not doing this right now.
Oh, no, it's too awkward for me.
I know it is, but I will do it. I will shut the room down.
Start talking about vaccines. I'll give you an example.
Okay. Hey, did you hear? They're asking for another goddamn booster. A fourth booster.
Oh, yeah.
How many boosters am I going to need? My dog gets his shots every single year. You ever seen him get a goddamn parvo booster? Ever seen a parvo booster?
Yeah. No,
you got another thing coming. That's from another show.
Then I'm like, there were vaccines. I saw this tetanus vaccine that they were promoting at Publix. It was weird. Of all the things to promote, then at the bottom there was a picture of a person's foot stepping on a bunch of tacks, and that was like the part of the clip art they used.
Tacks, they're attacking our freedom. I'll tell you that.
Anyway,
that's what you need.
I'm just gonna start talking in circles until you realize you
don't know anything,
or that I'm I'm gonna act like an idiot, and then the person will be like, well, I don't want to talk to this idiot. He is not giving me what I want, which is opposing opinion or more of the same.
Why don't you just ask for money? That usually shuts people up.
Oh, that's
quick.
a good one, actually. That's really quick. You're like,
too awkward.
Let me get 5,000.
But did you have to deal with politics at the old cousin family reunion?
There's always a little bit of that. I feel like more so though, people have different values.
Okay.
Did you find that came out? Like, there's one family that's extremely active, and they value exercise and health. And then there's
the fat guys.
We know how you feel about those.
And then there's the chubbies.
Yeah, exactly. And they're like, more pie. We want pie.
More pie. Oh, no.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, we know. I've heard of
More
these.
pie.
There's judgment there. And so it's kind of like, you try to walk that fine line of...
Yeah, do you tell them, or you're like, maybe you don't need more pie? And they're like, but I want the pie. And then, oh, boy.
But hey, I wanted to run this by you.
Okay.
This happened on the way there, and I wanted to get your opinions on this. We were in the airplane, and Jason was sitting on the very front row on the aisle seat. And he had one of those seats where the little TV comes out of the armrest and it pops up and you can watch movies.
Oh, the foldable TV. Oh, that's a fancy flight if you
yeah.
got the foldable TV.
Well, you were sitting in like an emergency exit row or at the front, what is it called? The bulkhead?
Yeah. And so he picks a movie. I'm asleep. And I happen to just open my eye right at a scene.
Yeah, what's he watching? Showgirls again for the 100th time? This MFer's got Showgirls on. That movie is 2001.
So it was a hardcore sex scene.
It's like a steamy, hardcore sex scene.
I knew it.
And he's like right in the front where everybody can see this.
Yeah, that dude is watching a Serbian film.
What was it? What was the movie?
I don't remember the name of it. It was something like Every Last One or something. It was one of those where it was
Every Last One. I'm going to F every last
one. With somebody, and then so she's a stripper. She's having sex with somebody, and then she's getting raped later.
It turned into
that sounds great. That's
and
a perfect plane
here we are
flight.
on the front row of this airplane, and my husband's watching this rape scene, and I'm like, I don't think this is appropriate. Like this feels.
You
wrong.
can only watch. It is a rule that you can only watch rape scenes in JetBlue extra room seats.
Now, there are these like social media videos where someone's like
caught a pervert red-handed. It's some grandpa at a Payless shoe store, and he's on X videos, and some person videos. Leave those people alone.
Yeah, well, they do it on planes too, where the person like from the opposite aisle, one row back, it can see your screen, and you're watching Pornhub, and they zoom in on it, and there's some guy watching Pornhub, and I do feel like that person has balls to watch.
Here's
pornography on a plane.
Here's what I do. I will watch
packed in there.
I'll watch pornography wherever I want, but if you call me on it, just understand that the entire flight, I will not put my phone away and stare at you the entire flight. The entire flight. I'll never stop staring at you.
So what would you guys do? Would you continue watching it, or would you? I mean, because when you're on an Orlando flight, there's always kids, right? There's always kids behind you.
Okay. If they offer it as a option on the plane, then I feel like it's fine.
Pornography?
No. I'm talking like
I'll fly again.
Any movie,
suddenly, I don't have a fear of flying.
Any movie that has a sex scene or any of that, if they offer that as an option, as like one of the new releases to watch,
that's
or whatever,
their fault. They should edit that.
Then I feel you're perfectly fine. It's like the plane, the airline offers this. I'm watching what they offer. Now, if you're watching your own Serbian film or whatever you brought
your wife from the night before or something,
or anything,
whole movie.
Then I feel like it's inappropriate.
You just burped, and I just farted, and I can't concentrate anymore. The whole room smells like garbage now.
So I feel like it's fine if Jason picked it. Why would you do this?
I don't know.
Why would you do
we gotta go too because we have a comedian on the line.
Sorry.
Plug some stuff.
StartLivingLucky.com. So
I'm sorry we're so crazy today.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh no, it's awesome. Love you guys.
More
Thank
pie.
You so much.
I want more pie.
And watch Jan and Jason and everything they do on social media and StartLivingLucky.
Yeah, they might be able to help you out, maybe help you turn things around and pivot a bit. Guys, we love you. We'll talk to you soon.
Love you so much. Thank you.
All
Bye,
right.
guys.
See ya. Good, doll. See ya. That is Jana and Jason Shelfer. We'll be right back.
Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Live via Zoom from her home is our producer, Sam. Hello, Sam.
Hello.
Sounding great.
Virtually producing today.
I like that. It's cool. Nothing stops us. Unstoppable T&D Media.
And just because now we transformed into the podcast and radio side, because we talked about it on Twitch. Anyway, me and Daniel were basically directly exposed to someone who had COVID.
Yep.
So we're just playing it safe, and Sam's going to do the show from home today. We had tomorrow planned day off.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that on the BDM show.
We're going to get into my newfound addiction.
Daniel's got a procedure tomorrow.
Yeah.
But
it's my gateway to pain pills is what everyone's telling me.
I feel like if we don't have COVID by Wednesday, we're good to go.
I think we're good. Well, 5 days. That's what they say, 5 days. And Wednesday will be 5. And you and I did test, and we don't have it now. And that's the cool thing about COVID is there are times when you can test, you still have it, but it's showing that you don't have it. So technically you don't have it, which is the cool part of COVID. That's the cool part. The only cool part.
Well, listener to the sat in, he's like, I started feeling like garbage, and then I took a test, negative.
I'm like, you don't have it.
Then the next day, positive. It's like, well, you had it back.
You only have it when it's positive.
That's the same thing that happened to me, too, when I got COVID. I started feeling like garbage, and then I took a test immediately and negative, and then I was like, I think I got it. Like, I feel like I know more now than the test because I feel bad.
I think I can tell when I get
it.
Like, I think I know what it feels like now. I'm an expert in COVID.
That I need to talk. I was about to text Turkey Leg, my buddy, because he's
a COVID expert.
Oh, he had it twice, and so I wanted to ask him.
Hasn't Dan Cummins, our friend, podcaster and comedian Dan Cummins, hadn't he had it 3 times?
So I know, there's some people that get it a lot.
Yeah, there's
just around.
I think Cactus Steve has had it 5 times.
But I want to ask him: did you feel the same? Because I remember, I just had it in December.
Right.
So
it's coming up.
It came on for me like a flu, like when you have the flu, like that body ache and that
I get hot and achy.
Like your skin feels sensitive to the touch, you know what I'm saying? And then like I had a fever.
Like I can't wear clothes like an autistic child.
Yeah.
I'm like, everything's bothering me.
So is it going to feel like that again? I would think that you're like, I
don't know.
Every time
I think it'll vary case by case.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, person to person, but the same person. Would it feel? Because
ashes to ashes.
I know people
dust.
that have had it multiple times, and the second time was worse for them. So it's weird.
Yeah, I think it's just a dice roll. You never know what you're going to get. But anyway, that's why Sam's there. I'm just explaining it because I'm trying to dodge the emails from everybody saying, oh, God, you got it again, or Sam got it, or she's dying, or he's dying. No, everything's fine. Even the listener that got it, he's good to go. Like, he emailed us and said, I feel better. But so everything's good. We're just trying to be safe.
Well, they're trying to not spread it.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
So let me tell you what happened with Max's birthday. So
I was there. Maybe I was a part of these shenanigans.
So
can I brag on your house for a second? It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a show palace, dude. It's great.
I thank you.
It really looks. Take the compliment.
How are the front yard holes?
It looks great. He did he and Crystal and his sister and Crystal's mom all through sod. Even though I asked, I said, "Do you need help? I'll do it." So Tom and the ladies, the gardening ladies, they all threw this. It looks awesome, Sam.
Well, my plan was just to do it by myself, and then the wizard was coming into town, so
he conveniently came late.
Yeah. Because
nice job.
I told him, I'm like, get here at 3, help me throw the sod, and then he's
rolling it at 9:30.
Yeah. He was he's like, I'll get in there, and
I'll get there when I get there.
Anyway,
you can't tell the wizard what to do.
So Crystal's mom walked over. Then my sister texted me. I'm like, yeah, you can help. So then me, Crystal, my sister, and Crystal's mom all threw sod.
I had a question about this.
Yeah.
So you and 3 lovely ladies are throwing sod. Earbuds in or talking?
I wanted to wear earbuds because the NFL podcasts are starting to come back.
They are back. No, they're back.
They're starting with
happening.
Their team reviews now. So anyway, but I didn't do that because I didn't want to be disrespectful.
Good call.
In case, because they're helping me.
You could have run one bud.
But when you do that often, I put it in my ear and there's nothing playing, but everybody thinks that I'm enjoying something when I'm really not. And then
why do you have it in your ear?
Because I put it in my ear, and then I stopped it, and then I never turned it back on, and then my hands get dirty, so I don't want to take my phone. It's a whole thing.
Oh, yeah. No, I got you.
Anyway.
I actually admire the fact that you don't want to get mud on your phone. It's like the first time you've ever said that.
Well, because then I've gotten mud in the little ear holes of my...
Never get mud in the ear holes.
And it's packed in there.
Oh, yeah.
And then
like a sailor packs the tobacco into his pipe.
But you can't blow it out because there's no hole in the other side.
On. You got to get a toothpick.
Yeah. Anyway, I just wait till it falls off in my ear.
So you and the ladies are throwing the sod. You get it done.
Yeah. No, well,
you sod it around the trees. You cut it out. I noticed he cut out little whimsical shapes around each tree to give his front yard almost a fairy village look. It looks good.
Oh.
It looks good. It's way more artistic than I thought you were going to go. You got a good eye for plants, buddy.
Wait until it dies. That's all I'm saying.
Why now? Take the compliment. Poof your confidence. Feel good about what you've done.
So Max's birthday was Saturday, and I told Crystal that I wanted to grill hot dogs and hamburgers.
Yeah.
Because
for a vegan home.
Yes, well, I got
most everybody coming there is like a normal, average Joe.
Yeah.
Good old Americans.
And Tommy now eats cheeseburgers. I don't know if you knew this, Sam.
Yeah.
He now is on this kick where when we go to a restaurant, he orders a cheeseburger. Which
Macy's doing that too. It must be the age. She's cheeseburger crazy.
It's weird. It came out of nowhere, and then Crystal did yell that it was my fault that I did this.
When's the last time Crystal tasted a cheeseburger? They're goddamn delicious.
Yeah. That's I know. And anyway, so I decided I'm going to cook hot dogs and hamburgers. And Crystal did say, let's just get, like, some pizzas,
Hold on
10
a second.
pizzas again.
Yeah, let me jump in here. Say 10 pizzas. Sam, are you crazy? 2 pizzas. There'd be 2 pizzas, and they cut them into party squares where everybody gets one little nug of pizza. You don't get a slice, you get a nug.
My wife does order 2 little pizzas.
Yeah, she orders 3, 2 cheese and a pepperoni, and it's like, oh my God.
It's too little. But anyway, I was like, no.
I seen your house. There's more marble in your house than Saddam Hussein's apartment. It's like, put some pizza on the table.
I told Crystal, I'm like, I'm going to cook hot dogs and hamburgers like old school.
It was good.
Like Dad's did in the 90s.
What's the complaint? It was good.
Tell me you got some delicious organic meats.
Well,
not enough time.
Yeah.
Didn't plan.
You know what? Most of the time spent getting ready for these parties is just cleaning my house.
Mad rush.
Our whole house is always so destroyed that it takes 2 full days for us to clean it to put on the perception that we live our lives this way.
They look great.
When we have strangers come over, we're like, look how clean and well organized we are.
It was great.
But it's a lie. We live in complete chaos all the time. There's toys, like clothes, always
papers.
Papers?
Yeah.
Like, that's how we really live.
Little paper towels.
Anyway.
Andrea leaves little paper towels everywhere.
So, instead of ordering the pizzas, I decide I'm going to cook hot dogs and hamburgers.
Ballpark Franks!
And here's what I found is the issue with this. Because the general society consensus is, like, for kids' birthday parties, they're doing pizza. For instance, when you go to any of these...
I've never done pizza at one of Macy's parties, ever.
Pizza?
Because it's basic bitch.
Well, at any place that you throw a party at... Chuck E. Cheese,
at Monkey Joe's. Yeah, because the teens have to have something.
Planet Obstacle.
They can't cook.
At Trampoline House or whatever the hell.
Trampoline House.
All these different kids' places, they all serve cheese pizza.
Papa John's.
That's what you get.
Do they still do, like, the birthday parties at McDonald's for kids?
No.
I'm sure they do.
I don't think
right?
they do.
Probably don't have enough staff.
I don't think they do anymore.
Yeah. They probably don't have enough staff.
They do them.
There used to be a person in charge of birthday parties at McDonald's. Yeah, like there was an employee that helped you organize it.
Yeah.
I don't think there's that anymore.
Well, now that you can do wheelies on 4-wheelers in the middle of the street, anywhere you want, why would you even organize the parties, right?
So anyway,
just ride the 4-wheelers.
I think everybody has come to expect pizza at kids' birthday parties because of not only these companies that throw
so
the
it's the
kids'
stereotype. It's expected.
But I think because they have done it at Monkey Joe's for so long that every kid, like every even house party, they just order pizzas, whatever. So this is what I noticed. So I cooked these hamburgers and hot dogs. None of the kids wanted them. Like, because they wanted cheese pizza because that's what they expected. And the only people that ate the hamburgers and hot dogs were Daniel and like the wizard and his wife.
The other dad, the other dad was first in line.
Yeah, and the other dad.
He needed a hamburger. Woo.
Yeah, that one other dad. Yeah. But everybody else, like all the moms that like the dads, I think appreciated it.
I was excited. I was like, God damn. And then you had every topping, Sam.
But I noticed the moms
tomato, onion, red onion, mayonnaise, Miracle. They had every topping. Like being at Fuddruckers.
The moms didn't partake in the hamburgers and hot dogs.
Oh, those moms, they didn't even wear their bikinis. They all sat over there with their jeans.
So I don't, like, it was a flop.
Maybe it's an adult thing then, because, like, we did hamburgers and hot dogs one night on our vacation, and everybody loved it.
It was not a flop.
No, everybody loves hamburgers and hot dogs, but no, at kids' birthday parties, it threw them off. I noticed that when I brought the cooked hamburgers and hot dogs in, it's not like the other parents were running over. I think they were more confused of like, where's the cheap pizza that's out of and all the kids definitely didn't like it.
So the kids were like, Maisie liked her hamburger.
Yeah, but again, Maisie's used to going over. I'm saying the stranger kids from like Max's class and like the.
They did look a little confused.
Yeah, none of them got like I was like, hey, hot dogs are ready. None of them were like, yeah.
Can I ask a question?
If I said pizza was ready, they would have run in. None of the kids ate hot dogs.
Can I ask a question? Because it seems like your parties are great, except for only one mistake you make. Van family pool parties are always on point. The bounce house, the pool, it looks great. It's clean. Like everything looks awesome. It's always the food. The hors d'oeuvres is always a little off. Yeah. Like one pizza, two pizzas. Like this time, the hamburgers and hot dogs, but you only had two bags of chips. Two?
Oh, yeah.
You got to have at least 6 bags of chips because people rip.
That's crazy.
They rip through chips, man. You can't just dump one bag of sour cream and onion. That's like one fat dad will roll through there and they're gone.
I know. We're bad at that part of the hosting.
What are you afraid of? Wasting the chips?
No, again, It's
chips.
We're always cleaning the house last minute.
I'm gonna bring chips next time. I'm gonna take that off your plate.
It's the problem is that we're not ready for any of this, and we're not good enough people to constantly host parties. Like we're not. Organized enough. We don't prepare.
We do a lot of parties for people that aren't organized.
We like to party.
They love to party.
That's the problem.
I like to party. I like to party.
So we like the party.
You do like the party.
But we don't like the work that it takes to do it right.
But you do all the work. It feels like you gas out every time you get to... treats.
Yes.
You gas out at treats.
I know.
You get the treats. Like the house was... Sam.
We need a person in charge of treats.
I keep having to come back here and give him compliments because I don't...
I'm hiring Daniel.
I'll do treats.
I'm hiring Daniel
Just
to cater.
Just get it catered by Gringos or something.
I know. That's what I want.
That's the easiest thing to do.
The thing is, the last time we did that,
You got a lot.
I was yelling drunk to my wife about this.
You got a lot.
At the end of the Max's
You had
birthday party.
a 65 people taco bar. It was too much.
Nobody, again, like, it was overwhelming for the other parents to, like, make their own double D's.
And make the kids tacos. So you're saying pizza or nothing? Pizza is the only food you can have.
Strange, like, my good friends and family, me and Daniel will eat the hell out of Gringos.
Oh, my God. Are you crazy?
Strange, like, the moms who stereotypically bring the kids, like, they are...
I don't know about this. Is this vegan?
No, they're reserved.
You think it's unsanitary to, like, grab their own ingredients?
They don't like to be looked at while they're slathering queso on they don't like to be looked at when they're making a plate. Anytime a woman has to make a plate, I'll say it. I'll be Bill Burr of the day. Anytime a woman has to make a plate,
and for the strangers,
they hate it.
I think in front of strangers, other moms are used to showing up they probably pre-eat. Okay, this is what I've learned. Like when my wife takes the kids to other birthday parties, she knows they're only going to have cheese pizza. She don't want that.
Yeah. Andrea does this too. She'll eat before.
She'll eat before, and then that way
I had a chai latte and a blueberry muffin.
So if they had, like, even if my wife, if she went to a birthday party, kid's birthday party, she takes Tommy and Max, it's at a park, and they had like, what's that vegan restaurant that we...
Ethos?
Ethos. They had Ethos cater it, right?
Oh, man.
And they're making...
I like Ethos.
Like Ethos...
Sausage rolls.
Yeah, like huge spreads or whatever. I don't think Crystal would go load her. Even she loves to eat those, but she's not going to do that at a kid's birthday party. First, she pre-ate because she expected there not to be a huge meal.
Not going to happen.
And second, she doesn't want to eat a huge meal in front of strangers, I think.
Yeah, she doesn't want to be in the line. She doesn't want to be a focal point. She doesn't want to be a distraction. It's not her party. She's just the vehicle to get the children to the party.
Yeah. So
I think also with the women, they want to make sure there's enough food for everyone else before they eat.
Exactly.
That's a big thing, too.
I'm never that guy. I look at the line and I'm always happy though when the fattest dad goes through fastest. And I'm like, he pulled the seal off, and then I'm in.
Yeah. I
felt uncomfortable getting in line for your hamburgers because nobody was getting a hamburger.
I know.
And
nobody wanted them.
They were good.
It was fine. They was good.
They were seasoned perfectly for that tomato.
My sister was cooking them.
Oh, Jen did it was medium.
It was too hot.
She cooked a medium with a fresh and crispy lettuce and tomato and red onion. Oh, it was delightful.
But here's what I did learn as I stood baking, grilling hot dogs, like baking in the sun because it was it's hot as hell.
It was very hot.
And
pizza would have been so much easier.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought, Sam. I was like, more people would have enjoyed it?
Not me. No, I'd have been mad. If you'd had the same two sad pizzas, I'd have been mad.
This is wrong. Everybody who ate the burgers and the hot dogs enjoyed it more than pizza, right? Correct. But the strangers and the other moms and the kids would have liked pizza more.
Correct.
Because
both statements are accurate.
I think they were thrown off by they didn't want to load up a giant cheeseburger.
You should have done sliders. You should have done mini burgers.
Yeah.
Mini burgers is good.
Yeah. By the way, I'm
mini dogs.
I'm not going to stop this behavior. I'm not going to quit.
Don't.
I'm going to keep fighting.
I will help you.
I'm a true American hero.
Yeah, you can't.
So what's on the menu for the next party then?
Sliders and mini dogs, and I'll be Captain Snacks, and I'll even dress like Captain Snacks.
Yes, we have to get better snacks, like a huge snack bar.
Yeah, you need more chips. Here's another thing that you did that it makes me crazy. You do need dips, but you guys always take the chips and put them in a bowl. You can't do that by the pool. They get wet.
Yeah.
Your Doritos were they were compromised. You had some soggy-ass Cool Ranch. I'm touching them with my finger. Chips should not sound like... It should be crispy. You got to keep them in the bag.
All right, I'm hiring Daniel.
Captain Snacks.
For the Captain Snacks. And
I'm there. It's with an X, too. SNACKX. Snacks.
And then next, I need to hire some sort
belly
of...
dancer.
No. Oh, okay. Like... person that entertains the kids and sets up games with them. And
hire that lifeguard you got a couple years ago. She was awesome with the high side and the, woo!
Stop.
My God. Captain Stacks was having a hard time that day.
Because I realized that besides from the, blowing out the candles, and then, you know what I like, too, that a lot of people don't do? Max requested to open his gifts in front of all the other kids,
which I thought was
like that.
They
shied away from that in the past.
Your wife and I just had a conversation about how she's like, I think I got out easy because we don't have to do presents. I was like, look at this. This was at Tommy's birthday.
Oh yeah.
Then when Max rolls around, he requested to open it, and I looked at your wife. She looked at me, and we're like, oh no, it's happening. But it went well.
It's a weird trend. Like I didn't know that kids didn't open gifts in front of the birthday parties anymore.
Because it can take forever, and then kids are grabbing the gifts. They're opening them up, and they're fighting. And
it used to be a thing.
It was part of the party,
and that we used to do in like the 90s and 80s.
It's how you could see how horrible the kid is when they open the gift, and they're like, I already have this. This sucks. And you're like, oh, wow, that's a jerky-ass kid.
But I don't know why they went away from it.
It's a waste of time. If other kids grab the gift and try to open it, then it takes too long. Then you don't know who to thank. Then there's some people are late. Then I remember my mom going, hurry up and open this because Jerry's about to leave. And I'm like, well, I don't care. It's my party. I don't want to rush the opening my gifts just because Jerry's got to go to a soccer practice or something. That's crap.
And you know what's weird, too, is back in the 80s and 90s, you had way more of a chance of people getting embarrassed because you had friends and family that didn't know what the hell to get kids.
Right.
And like nowadays, it's so easy. Like you go to Google and you're like, what do 9-year-olds like? And they'll give you a list.
Oh, there's so many guides.
In the 80s and 90s, you would have your uncle or whatever. He would go to
Army Navy store. I got you a green canteen. I got a green canteen one time. Green canteen.
Yeah, they don't know.
Do with that? You know what to do with that?
Punt it Captain Snacks.
Yeah, punt it into my. Yeah, I wasn't Captain Snacks then, Sam.
And older like men especially don't know the ages of kids.
So for any boy, they go pocket knife, and for any girl, they go magic wand. It's so lame.
Like they have no idea the difference between a 4-year-old and a 11-year-old. Like it's all the same, but it's like it's huge. And like the spectrum is gigantic. The difference between a 4-year-old and an 11-year-old, and the guy's like, I don't know, young boy. That's all they know.
Now I was worried about what we got Max, because we got him a Roblox toy, but it's not the game. It's a toy.
No, he liked that.
Okay, I didn't know if he liked it.
No, he liked that.
Because like when I looked at it, I'm like, well, I started making fun of it. I was like, this is just a plastic representation of the video game that he likes more. So we're just giving him a doll of something that he won't care about. But if he liked it, good.
No, you know what? I will say it because I like to make fun of everything a lot and only talk about the negative because it's funnier to me. Mm-hmm. And maybe this is a tell that I'm a damaged person inside.
Well, we've known that. You refuse to admit that you need help.
But Crystal got Max some presents for his birthday, and I wasn't that excited about them, especially like on his actual birthday.
You weren't excited about them.
Yes, because
you got to factor in dad excitement, Sam. It's a real thing.
And so she got him some
men or babies,
some money gift cards to Nintendo Switch so he could buy his own game. And then she got him like a couple T-shirts. And then she's like, I didn't know what to get. I panicked and I got him a yard. You know those like tailgate games where you throw a ball that's attached to another ball with a string.
Tailgate, where you throw the double balls at the loops.
Yeah, and then
they wrap around.
And there's 3 levels of sticks, and then you have to try to. I think the middle level is the most points.
What is that game called? There's a name for it.
God.
You know what I'm talking about?
Too complicated.
Ladder ball.
It's ladder ball.
Yeah, ladder ball.
Yeah. And then each person is kind of like cornhole.
You got him a ladder ball set?
Well.
Oh my God! That's what EJ wants. A big fat dad.
Yeah. She got him, and it's not even the nice one. It was like this cheapo Chinese garbage ladder ball.
Chinese ladder ball.
And then she's like, I got him this. And then I didn't say anything because I'm learning my lesson. I just say it inside my head.
I've been quiet.
And I'm like, I said inside my head, you ruined my son's birthday. and I'm not joking. If she heard this, she'd be mad. But luckily, she didn't care.
Oh, my God.
She didn't listen to anything.
She's in the chat room. Hello, Crystal.
She didn't even know how to get into. She didn't even know what Twitch is.
No, she doesn't know.
But
it's what you give her, a Twitch.
I almost woke up at like 6 in the morning when Walmart. And drove to Walmart and then panic bought something better because I thought in my mind Max was going to open this up and then think to himself like, you got me Chinese ladder ball. It stinks. Like why?
Well, no, he got something on. Who got him the skateboard?
What do I? Buffalo Bills, a Bills Mafia, like a tailgater. What is that? Like that's stupid. Like I don't even play this. I don't even, like. What makes you think I want this? No.
I got you a Newport cigarette cornhole board. Who got him the skateboard?
My mom.
Okay.
Because my mom is like me.
Well, she nailed it because she also threw money at it because it was a badass independent trucks. It's got Spitfire wheels.
Way too much.
An Element. It was a brand name Element board. And when he held that thing, he put it above his head. And it's burned into my... I was in the pool. And he held it above his head. And he goes, I love it. Like that. And I go, well, holy... I thought you gave him that. I was like, Tom crushed it.
No.
Oh, you did not crush it. Mom... Then Mama Van crushed it, dude. Crushed it.
I think. Well, actually, my wife is the one that suggested a skateboarder. Like she thinks.
Well, and she got the good one. She didn't cheap out.
Well, because my mom
it had all the toys.
Yeah. She spends way too much money on gifts.
That's a goddamn good grandma right there.
But spoils. But that was my whole life. It was always
it's happening again.
Paintball gun for Easter.
Oh, yeah.
Like it was like
God dang.
You got a $500 paintball gun for Easter.
It's the traditional Element logo with the red, white, red, or red, black with the it's got the what do you call them? The not tracker, but the other ones, independent trucks. It's awesome.
Yeah. She went to a skateboard store anyway.
Give me the works.
But, she shouldn't have been
You going to take him out to the skate park? I'll skate around with him.
He goes every, I think
he goes to lessons.
Wednesday he goes to skateboard lessons at some place. I don't even know.
That's good parenting right there, buddy.
Crystal's been taking him. I haven't gotten a chance. I take him to golf and swimming.
You should take him to skateboard.
It's 3 p.m. or 2:30 on Wednesdays or whatever. It's not conducive to work. Anyway,
well, next time we will do a better job helping with the snacks.
And
I promise.
Should I hire? Is there any person like a Blimpie or someone, but local,
Blimpie, right?
Local Blimpie?
Oh, there's a lot of local Blimpies.
That get Flimpy.
You mean Blippy? No,
okay, whatever his name is.
Blimpie is a sandwich company or a derogatory term for a fatto.
The guy
Get
with
some Blimpy subs for the next party.
Green. Where's Waldo? Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Carl.
He's got it. Oh my God! I just farted. I just farted. I'm glad you're not here because
I did have a sore throat this morning, but my whole family does, and everybody, all the kids that were the Wizards kids, all had sore throats. Everybody, I'm like, I don't know what is. Anyway,
well, you were exposed to COVID. Did you give it to everybody at your party?
No, they came with sore throats. They came with
it was
COVID.
a rule.
Yeah,
show me your throat.
Yeah. So anyway. So a person that would be in charge.
A Blimpie. You want to hire a Blimpie?
Of just, they come and organize games for the kids, and then basically
party planner.
2 hours, not even a party planner,
like a counselor.
Just hey, we're going to do this game now and this, instead of
yeah, they have that.
Because when I was younger or whatever, we had house parties, birthday parties. You just let the kids swim in the pool and run around crazy. There's no organization to it or whatever. But I think nowadays people want some sort of beginning, middle, and end, so that tells them when it's, because
well, you've always
what happens to me is I just get drunk, take my shirt off, get in the pool, and then I don't know, and then people are still at the party.
No, they were leaving. It did the normal. Okay, Sam, you've never been to one of these kid parties, but you can always tell the end of the party is Tom is done with the grill. He'll take off his dad hat. He'll take off his shirt. He'll wander over. People are leaving. The moms have already left. And then he'll get in the pool and he'll kind of swim around a little bit. And that's everybody's kind of cue to know that it's time to leave, time to go. He's done his thing, right?
Yeah, but it's awkward for, I think the other moms need a finite ending that we should,
Good night, everybody.
Well, in most birthday parties, when you go to Monkey Joe's, after they do the
they make an announcement. They're you now have 3 play for another 30 minutes until we put the next suckers in here.
Yeah. So there's none of that at a house party.
I can do that as Captain Snacks.
Yes,
I can do that.
all right.
Do you want me to run the fun? Or do you want me
I don't
just
have the
snacks?
money. No, I don't have the money for 2 different people, so I need you to be snacks and fun.
Snacks and fun. I don't know. It's going to cost
and
you
announcement. And I need you to dress like the
ringmaster, the tiniest ringmaster. I can dress
there is a website called funnycheeks.com.
Funny
where
Cheeks.
You can hire somebody to entertain your children.
That's a bad website name, right? I mean, how about call it something other than anything Cheeks?
So what is it? Does it say any prices or?
It does face painting, airbrushing, balloon art, caricatures. You have to call or text. You know what?
You know what you should do that wouldn't be weird, but people would think it's weird. But you should do airbrushing. Mm-hmm. But only on the boys, only on their nude.
It looks like the cheapest package starts at $125 an hour.
$125 an hour? That's too expensive.
That's a lot. Yeah. My God, how many hours are you going to run? 2, 3 hours?
Captain Snacks, he won't charge me that much.
$50 an hour.
Yeah. He'll work for. Some weed bills.
What do you? I can't stop farting over here.
That's all why
I'm sorry, and it hasn't made its way over there yet because it's humid in here.
So, okay, remember when Martha Sagowski was doing her extravaganzas?
I don't think she does them anymore. At least I haven't gotten an invite in a while. I think kids do age out, where then they want to do destination birthdays, where they just want to take a couple of friends to a theme park. Or maybe I want to like Maisie, like she's done with the parties now. She wants to take one of her best girlfriends to the beach. I'm like, what are you, 35? You want to go? You want to go get a bird tattoo on your wrist too? You're gonna do that? You're gonna start wearing a John Mayer, one of those like Colorado Rockies hats and a flowy dress.
So here's another thing I wanted to do, and they have this, but you have to. It's too expensive. So ice cream trucks.
Oh, you could have gotten the Kelly's truck.
Well,
I know the price on that. It's not that bad.
Yeah, but
John the Barber did it.
Yeah, but for them to come to your house for an hour is like $500 or
I think it's less than that.
Is it less than that?
Yeah, I think it's less than that, dude. It's a lot more reasonable than people think, and you're getting homemade ice cream.
Man, I think because for them to even like go out there and set up and then bring the ice cream, like it's got to be a minimum. Like I don't think it's less than 500.
I think it was.
Like man, I remember
John
telling me
his being an hour, and then it was like these flavors until jump, and I think it was like I want to say like 2 and some change.
It's got to be more.
That's what I said, but I'm not thinking that it was more than $500 because he only did it for a select, and you're going to be even smaller than him.
Yeah, but
because he had people coming all day. You're going to literally just have 1 hour of like, let's say at the most 25 kids.
Well, they're not going to go and serve ice cream for 2 hours and give away that product for $200. Like, dude, everything is so much more.
Well, he's buying the ice cream, and it's here until it's gone, right? So there's a finite amount.
Yeah, but I'm just saying for the ice cream truck itself, like, dude, I'm saying it's $500.
Andrea knows.
I'll text John, but
yeah, text him.
I wish there was like, if every local ice cream truck had, and they should do this, like have some sort of peer-to-peer share program. Where
what about like a virtual ice cream truck where the kids just put on goggles and he's like there?
You could request one. Like a Uber or whatever, request an ice cream truck to your house and put the amount of kids you have, and
they'll make sure they have that many,
or just so they swing
creamsicles.
Because if I could just request like any local ice cream trucks to swing by, not that there's that many of them nowadays, but it would be awesome if like ice cream truck just swing by the front of the house, and then all the kids ran out,
and then you're like a hero because it's a surprise.
And then I'll pay for all the kids' ice cream.
It's on me.
It's $2.50.
Why don't you just provide the ice cream already?
Because he wants the presentation of the truck and the music and the.
They get excited about the truck, like although it doesn't happen very often, but every time an ice cream truck ever came by the house, my boys got super excited because it's a rarity. It's like
you live in a bad neighborhood. And the ice cream truck, he doesn't want to be there.
Usually the bad neighborhoods get the ice cream.
Yes, I was about to say, At my old Heroin Alley, there was an ice cream truck parked next door.
All the time.
You want to hear something really funny?
The closer you get to the truck, the poorer you are.
You want to know why you're right? Andrea and I, this happened just 2 weeks ago. Ice cream truck up here. Kids are out of school. Ice cream right up here in front of the school. Right here in Baldwin. Baldwin hated it so much, he was parking there for a couple of weeks. He'd park there, then all the kids, they ran him out of town. They're like, you get the hell out of here, ice cream. You're ruining our beautiful area. They ran him out of town.
Yeah.
He's not back. They got him. They called the cops on him. Andrea and I saw him pulled over one day right up here in Baldwin. They're like, do you have a permit for being here? Get the hell out of here. You go to Castleberry.
They don't like it when you post up.
No, Maisie and I didn't even get a chance to. Yeah, they don't like it when you post up.
Anyway, you would think that there would be some, but the problem is all the ice cream truck drivers, they're all independent. They need to unionize or something. Get together,
just like
they
Starbucks.
they all they need to get together and organize, put together an app or something so that they can make the money because they're just driving around aimlessly.
Like Halsey, they need to do an app like the Halsey app.
I just like go to the places that you're going to sell more than just one cone because you're driving $5 a gallon of gas.
It makes me sad to think that you thought your son's birthday party was a flop, and I thought it was great.
No. I'm just saying it could be better.
Okay, all right. Fair enough.
Mr. Softy does actually have an app.
And then you request him to come to your house?
EJ's had an app for years. I'm sorry.
It just it's probably not guaranteed that it goes, based on where he's at and location-wise and all that stuff,
So ice cream, I bet you most ice cream trucks can come to your birthday party.
Yeah, but you'd have to probably pay him some sort of guarantee. I just want him to swing by on the route and then just pay for the ice cream.
Yeah, well, that's a gamble.
You have to pay for the people's time.
Yeah, but what if they pull up and the kids are like, you know what? we're not interested. And you're like, I didn't expect this.
No, they're going to be. I will bet my life that every kid would be interested in getting ice cream from Ice Cream Truck.
Now, EJ has been zooming in. Are we taking him next segment, or are we taking him this segment? What are we doing? Should I grab him now?
Let's. I wanted to talk to him about some story he texted me about. But we only got 6 more minutes.
Yeah, so you want to do a couple of voicemails in this segment to close it out?
Yeah. We'll talk to you next segment, EJ.
All right, hold the line, EJ. I'll get our ACT voicemails. We got a bunch of them. This one came in this morning, very early. I would imagine that maybe this guy was inebriated, but what he brought up made me laugh out loud. I thought this was very funny.
Hey guys, how's it going? I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but I've seen a couple of dogs recently wearing goggles, and I swear to God, they look badass. They all look like they asked their owners for the goggles because they're, active, adventurous dogs, and they need the protection. All right, thanks, guys.
I've noticed that, too. When you look at a dog that's wearing goggles comfortably, he looks as if he has discussions with his owner about purchasing new goggles. Or maybe that's just me, because I project personalities on all dogs, and I talk for them, because I'm that guy. I'm that kind of owner. I can't see you ever being that kind of owner, but I do the voices for Maggie the dog. I did voices for Caesar until he died. Even now, I'll do the ghost of Caesar. That's the kind of owner I am.
You know when you put socks or shoes on a dog, and they walk funny? Or
they lift their legs high.
Yeah, they constantly want to kick them off or whatever. It would make sense that if you put goggles on a dog, that they would be shaking him off. Even I remember we had to put the lampshade on Lena one time,
the cone,
and she couldn't function with it on. She was walking backwards, and she was freaked out every second she had the lampshade on.
Well, that's good. It's working.
But she couldn't relax.
That's keeping her from biting the thing.
It is.
If she were relaxed, she'd be pulling her stitches out.
Some dogs, I guess every dog's different. Some dogs don't care about the lampshade. They just,
Caesar didn't care. He didn't even notice it was on him.
Yeah.
He's just whoa, okay.
But with the doggles, you would think that they would be weirded out that something's over their eyes and be constantly trying to scratch it off or shake it off, right? But they all seem content with it. Weird.
I've seen people do their own collars, because they're like, it's a better collar because my dog can't do the one collar. Everybody's got. My mom would make up things that the dog did that the dog doesn't do. My mom would be like, oh yeah, cheese she only eats this kind of cheese. That's not true. You made that up. It's not even a thing. This dog, since I took over the dog now, this dog's thrived since I took over the dog. Maggie.
Yeah.
She doesn't have diarrhea anymore. I fixed her stomach problems because I'm not feeding her Winn-Dixie brand block cheese as a treat. I'm just actually feeding her a piece of kibble as a treat. That's what's prepared for dogs. All the ailments that this dog had while it lived in my mom is Munchausen syndrome. My mom was keeping this dog sick, so she had a purpose. I'm just telling you the truth because my mom can't call me and yell at me for saying these things. God bless her, I love her to death, but there were things that she claimed Maggie did that Maggie does not do.
What is it with older ladies?
Munchausen dog. Munchausen dog.
They're
oh my God, she'll only pee once a day at 5:32. It has to be 5:30. Not true.
Is it because they fill a void of children, and then it gives them some sort of children?
I had started my own life, and her husband had died. So what did she do? Get a tiny dog, and then projected all of her crazy fantasies.
People do that with their kids too.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, my kid only does this."
Oh, my kid's got a gluten allergy. You don't even know what that means.
Oh yeah, they definitely do that. I'm just wondering. My mom has now 2 dogs, but one dog that she has. She was talking to it. She, Oh,
did you see her arms? Oh, my God, your poor mother.
Biting her crazy.
Oh, she's like, look at my arms. And she holds them up. I'm like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
Is Bitey getting
they're
good?
blood crazy. The new puppy
is scratching her with the puppy nails.
She said Buppy. She said Bitey.
Blimpy's cousin, Buppy.
She said Bitey is surprisingly calm.
Yeah. Bitey calmed down. But the new puppy, what is it with adopting this dog and then treating it like a person? And then
I want to do that.
And giving him Munchausen.
I'm gonna Munchausen my new dog. I'm gonna munch it up. I'm gonna do it.
I don't think I'll do that.
With my new Westie, we're getting a new Westie at some point. I don't know when, but my wife's dedicated to getting a new dog, and I'm gonna Munchausen the hell out of this dog. I'm gonna make fake ailments. I'm going to make a voice for it, a persona. I'm going to try and figure out all its little quirks.
Sam, will you do that when you get old?
I don't know. I've gone back and forth with even getting another animal.
Yeah, but I'm talking like another 20 years pass and you're Meemaw Sam.
I can see Meemaw Sam.
I mean, maybe.
You know,
like I need something to cuddle up to when my husband dies.
Oh, my God.
He's not going to die.
You do the poor man.
I'm now feeding into the hypochondria.
No. Okay, that's a dangerous game.
I've done that one time, but it makes it worse, though.
It does make it worse.
Daniel said, he's like, look at my eyes. Are they yellow? I'm like, yes. And then he's like, oh!
I literally ran home.
And then I
literally ran home.
It makes it worse.
I was crying. I was looking at him.
Yeah.
He had to apologize to me. It's a mess.
It's like you need that dog to hear you like talk and have someone to talk. What is it?
If you had $1,
it's a companion.
Yeah, like if
Man's
you guys,
best friend.
if you guys had $1 for every time I say, even Andrea would definitely back me up on this, and she would clown me a little bit. If you guys even knew the number of times I look at Maggie and I go, "Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing over there? What's going on? Let me scratch you. What are you doing?" Like, I do that
you baby
more than I do anything.
Yeah.
That is what I do. When I get home, the first person I greet, not even a person, it's Maggie. I go, "Hey, what are you up to?"
Yeah, you're gonna full munch out.
I'm Mr. Munch.
I've never baby talked a dog.
I'm the king of baby talking dogs.
I don't even know how to baby talk.
I baby talked to some strangers' dogs at a brewery this past week.
Yeah, I'll do that, especially if I'm drunk. I'll leave the group and just go play with the dogs. My dad would baby talk dogs.
Really?
In his southern, hey, Maggie, hey, what are you doing, little Maggie? I'm going to scratch your belly. Yeah, it was weird. Yeah. It was weird.
You know, I'm starting to get scared that maybe I'm like going down the direction of my pop-up. He
unfeeling swamp man.
Yeah, but he after his like second or third wife, which is like the 70s, he basically lived by himself and went to his garage every day of his life till he's 90.
I like being alone.
And the only interaction I ever saw was with these two giant like cranes that flew by his garage, and he'd feed him corn.
I love giving corn to my crane.
And that was he never had an animal, never had any other companion, never had a girlfriend, never had nothing.
Well, you did find that one Polaroid.
Yeah. That was an Everglades swamp hag that someone got him for his birthday.
You know, the chat room said something that's both sad and poetic. Chigardi, who I love, said in the chat room, Tom is going to end up as numb as his hands. That's sad, man. You don't want to be that. And you're not that. You look, I give you a lot of crap about being unemotional or whatever, but Sam, if you had been at this party, not to go back to the party, you would have seen Tom sitting in the back watching Max open his gifts. You were literally watching the Super Bowl. It's cute to see him like all in.
Well, now he really has to focus on Max since he called him out for the swim match.
I didn't think about that. You're right.
No.
Were you only doing that because Max called out your attention span?
He didn't even remember that. I'm just telling you.
I'd have to talk to Max.
And every single swim match after, I looking at him the entire time, and then he never looked at me one time. And then I'm phone in my pocket to swim, and then never looked up. And I'm like, you don't care. Anyway, all right, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll talk to EJ about this Russian gambling cricket thing.
Okay.
It's a crazy story.
All right, we'll be right back. It is a corporate time with Tom and Dan, now more corporate than ever because we're on Zoom.
All separate.
Yeah.
All in 3 different windows.
Isn't that the way people do it now? I'm here, Tom's here, Sam's here, but you guys are live via Zoom, and I'll let you explain, Mr. Van.
Well, I got COVID.
There it is.
Again. Yeah.
Straight to the point.
Yeah. So it turns out on Monday I did have COVID in the studio with Daniel.
Yeah, all day.
Thank God I did not come in.
We were about to say, it's fine, just come in because a listener had it.
You're going to put that guy on blast? I was going to just not tell where we got it.
Oh, okay.
Because based on this now, we're probably are we going to have to start doing
he doesn't care.
Are we going to have to start doing a testing before you come in scenario?
Nah, he probably wasn't even testing.
I mean us, because we're supposed to restart having all these knuckleheads come back in here, and I'm all for it. Because for whatever reason, with my hypochondria, I give no cares about COVID. I'm literally I'm out there running around crazy. Now, everything else scares me, but COVID, not so much. But are we going to have to start testing folks?
No, in my experience, you don't even test positive until you have symptoms. Because I didn't test positive on Monday when I came into the studio.
He didn't have symptoms when he was in here. This guy was fine.
And then neither did the listener. But then he said he felt bad that night. The listener that came in and watched Friday, and then tested negative that night, and then on Saturday, the next day, he tested positive. Right. And then he emailed us, and then me and you thought we were like, we may have dodged it. Because my wife and kids don't even have it yet.
I wonder if it does. I wonder if, because I am little. See, I don't want to say these things because this is what happened at Christmas. I started talking about how I don't have it and I'm little. And then next thing you know, I'm just a late bloomer, kind of like some ladies and boys are when you're becoming into maturity. You know, I get my buds late, my pubes.
Don't say that.
Got my pubes late. But anyway, Sam, no COVID. Me, no COVID. You got COVID. You're the weakest one in the show.
Nah, I know. Nah, I'm so mad about it.
Are you trying to expose your family to it? Or are you guys quarantining?
No,
what do you think?
Crystal hasn't slept in bed with me
in years. Oh. If we weren't on Zoom, you and I would have hit the same time on that.
But that was only after I tested positive on Tuesday. On Monday, we were all around. She slept in the same bed and all that. So, since I tested positive, we kind of, I've been in the living room, in the kitchen, or whatever. We kind of walking around each other, so we're not, spitting in each other's face.
Oh, so, Sam, are you going to read what just got launched into the chat room by Tracy? What about the party and all the people that were compromised there? What about Brendan O'Connor?
Right. You guys didn't tell Brendan?
No.
Brendan? Was Brendan
there
on Friday?
Wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
I wasn't there, so I don't know.
It slipped my mind.
Oh, yeah, he was there.
It slipped my mind.
Oh, my God.
It totally slipped my mind. I'm just now thinking it. That's why this blushing is real. I'm actually blushing and I got hot because it's the one thing we didn't think to do.
Although the listener sat right next to me the entire time.
He did.
And the fact that Daniel didn't get, Brendan would have had.
What, he cough all over you?
Well, no,
you guys were pretty chummy.
You know where the seats are where the listeners watch?
Oh yeah,
they're
they were
right
laughing right in your face.
Yeah,
and we were really funny that day, so it was ripe for COVID because the jokes were. We were slaying it.
Anyway, so that's why we're doing a mobily right now. So.
And you know how much I hate this. You know how much I hate the Zoom. I hate all things Zoom.
No, I know. But here's the good thing is that I woke up feeling great this morning and I have no more symptoms at all.
It's awesome.
So it hit me less this time. So remember we were talking about I should feel the same, and Sam's like, it's different every time. Well, Sam was right. It was
different every time.
Down. Hold on.
No, well, I'm sure it all
momentous occasion.
It's all different with different people, but this time didn't even have a fever. Like last time I had a fever, it felt like a flu. This time it felt like a cold. That's why I was like, it's not COVID until I tested positive.
Right.
And then I had a headache this time, which I didn't have last time for 12 hours, but then that was it. And then it went fast. I felt bad on Tuesday, and then Wednesday morning I felt bad. But then yesterday I was doing yard work, and this morning I woke up, felt totally fine.
Yeah, I'm always stuffy, and that headache that you're talking about is what I got when we all got COVID at Christmas. And I would not wish that headache on anybody. It's like the most grueling, migraine-styled headache. At least for me, it was the worst part of it. It made my eyes hurt.
Yeah. I did. Yeah, it was just a pain in the ass. Probably because it's probably less because I had COVID 7 months ago, and I had a booster shot in May. So that's probably why it went so fast.
Let me ask you, not to get into COVID talk, but when you guys got your boosters, were your boosters pre-dosed and then they just popped you in a booster? Or did the person giving you the dose have to measure it out and give you the booster?
All of mine were pre-measured.
Yeah, mine wasn't. Mine, some lady, and then I laughed about it. She went to
what did you get?
She went to the refrigerator. I'm serious. This is it always happens to me too. It's like my medical marijuana doctor when she started talking about her kid shedding the vaccines on, or like it's a nightmare of misinformation. But this lady went to the refrigerator, got out a little vial like you would see in any horror movie where you would get out the serum to stop the scientists from turning into the monster. And she got out and she drew it out the right amount and popped it in my arm. And then she drew it a little bit less for Maisie and popped it in her arm.
Huh. That doesn't seem right.
I know. It didn't seem right to me either, but I was like, we're here. It's just me and my kid. No big deal.
Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's at a Walgreens.
I didn't even pay attention, as you probably know. I had no idea.
I figured you wouldn't know that. Well, what do you guys want to do? I mean, we've gotten through the fun part, which is to surprise all of our listeners that you guys are now remotely. I'm in studio, so I've got everything you guys want right here. You want some voicemails? You want some call-ins? You want some chat room? What do you want?
Let's do some voicemails. I will tell you a funny story. Yesterday when I was doing yard work, in the front of my house or whatever, my neighbor, he
which one? Because you have so many characters on that street.
He was my neighbor that lives straight across the street. The one, Catman.
Oh, Catman. Okay.
I feel
Catman.
disrespectful saying Catman, but he's super nice.
And
that's just how the show knows him.
Yeah, we mean no disrespect in that. It's a man who happens to very much enjoy cats or felines, right? Yes. Totally fine. No problem. Friends. No problem with that. We do have a call. Do you want me to place it on hold?
No, let's take it.
Okay.
Ooh, Punch 'em Up Live.
Thanks for calling Tom and Dan and our version of Punch 'em Up Live. Who's this?
This is Mike B.
Oh, hey guys, it's Mike B from the Oh No Radio Show.
Hi.
What's going on, B?
Not much, Tom. I just wanted to call in and formally put in my application to be your camel boy.
Ooh, so we were talking about the camel girl mask that normally rears its head every Tom and Dan BDM beach party, but I broke the news on Reddit last night to our Reddit group that the camel girl, the source of the camel girls that Tom used to have, is no longer in that business. And I think she found Jesus Christ. Did she not?
No. Well, so yesterday, it drives me crazy not being able to leave the house and whatever. So
you were antsy. I drove by his interface so he could do the show. Dude was already in Tiny Duke's shovel covered head to toe in mud, Sam. He'd been digging out there for like 4 hours, and I got there at like 11.
So
I know.
Anyway, I started like going through what we had to do, and then we got the BDM beach party coming up. So we talked about it on the BDM show whether or not we were going to do Camel Girl or not. Because anyway, long story short, we haven't done it in a while, and we're like, is it still? Do people still want to do it? Is it weird? Is it objectifying at this point? Creepy? I don't know. Like anyway. So we settled on everybody wanted to do it. So I text the old person that we used to go through to get these models. Like they're basically promo girls.
Yeah, they're like bikini girls or like the Red Bull girls. Or like the Winston. Remember the old cigarette girls that would walk around and you'd fill out their survey. They'd hand you a free Zippo.
And anyway, there's this. I don't even know where I met this girl, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's what you have to say because your wife hasn't left for work yet, right?
No. I'm not even sure where I originally found.
Wasn't she a promo girl, and then she got a little long in the tooth? No disrespect.
No, come on.
And then then they all become like madams, right? When you're a promo girl, when you're a Hooters girl, promo girl, a Winghouse girl, Twin Peaks stripper. Not so much stripper, but mostly other ones.
Also, porn star. It happens a lot too. They start their own production companies.
Yeah, Jill Kelly did that. Yeah, you start your own production company. You like start booking the girls because let's just say you don't have the elasticity that you used to.
So anyway,
well, you're a business owner now. You don't have to do the work.
Yeah. I mean, but maybe you don't want to do it anymore.
And Daniel would see these interactions I'd have. I've never even met this person.
Oh, yeah, look at this. All of the... this sounds like the January 6th hearing. This guy's like, I have no idea. I have no idea what's happening.
I'd text her, and then she'd send me back pictures and be like, do you want her?
This girl? It was awesome because it'd be like an older hot girl sending him all like 9 younger hot girls and out, and she'd give him one of every. She'd give him like a Chinese. She'd give him like a Latin, like a mamacita.
Different flavors.
Yeah, give her like a very give me a Lizzo, give me a tiny like a Holly Berry. And then we'd get a couple, and then you get a couple of your basic blondes. Then you'd always get one buck tooth in there, like a big mouth.
I went back to my text conversation, and I hadn't texted this person since when did we do our 10-year
September 11th? Is that what you were going to say?
No, it was it in October of 2019 or September? I think it was September 2019.
Oh, Mike B's still on the phone.
No, leave him on the phone.
Okay,
he's listening patiently.
I got him. Yeah, he's a man of patience.
So, and we booked the dancers for our 10-year anniversary through her as well.
That was one of the creepiest things you've ever done. It worked out great, but when you
what just happened?
My wife sneaked in here and it freaked me out.
Freaked me out.
What do you have behind your back?
A knife.
A gun.
Sorry. She snuck in here slowly with her hands behind her back.
She had a gun. He thought it was like a Lorena Bobbitt scenario going on.
He also has both his headphones on, so he's real creeped out.
We had to put those on. That he was sitting in just a world of him talking about his indiscretions.
So I'm going to go back to my text because I texted her yesterday. And I said, hey, we're doing another event.
After like 3 years, you texted so casual. You didn't say like, hey, this is Thomas Mann from T&D Media.
I know. I said, hey, and her name. And then I said, hope everything is well.
Hey, Fifi.
And then I just said, I'm not sure you're involved in the industry anymore.
Industry?
I said, I
want to know if you're still in the...
What she does.
Yeah. Are you still in the poon game? All right.
Oh, man.
And then I just said, we're looking for, I'm
looking for a couple of sweet nugs for an event.
I said we're looking for a model for this event we're doing at the beach, blah, blah, blah. And
please send me 9 of your finest in different arrays.
And she texted me back, she is no longer in the business.
That's all she said?
Yeah. She said she's not doing that. And then she also said, I would have
John
no idea.
3:16.
I can't even refer you to anybody because I don't know anybody in the business anymore. So,
she definitely found God.
She found Christ. I told you that.
Yeah.
When people find Christ, they go, and it's not a bad thing, but it's just you got to swear off all that stuff. And you were one of the numbers in her phone that she didn't know. She just had Tom, but she didn't know you were a sexual deviant.
I don't think that exists anymore. Because think about how many, I think COVID killed that, even though the events are back, but when's the last time you've seen a promo girl? I mean, I bet there's few and far between, right?
At Johnny's, when we were out there with Mike Busey, there were promo girls.
Yeah, but were they in bikinis? I don't think that.
No,
I don't think
they were in
willing to do that.
They were like, what do you call them? Not bikinis, but like crop top jean shorts.
Were they with Mike?
No, they were like for some beverage, like Dos Equis.
Well, also remember it was that guy's like birthday party, like
you're
beach
right.
party or whatever.
Yeah, it was
so
like
I think those were his friends.
A Baywatch thing. Yeah. You're right.
So anyway, is Mike still on the phone?
Yeah, he's here.
I'm right here.
Mike, all right.
State your case. Why would you be a good camel boy?
All right. So first of all, I mean, I don't got the name Mike B. Cups for nothing.
Fair.
I mean, if we're trying to separate ourselves from like objectifying women, maybe objectify the old Mike B for a minute.
I feel like
he just laughed COVID out.
I feel like they're more like sloppy C's, like they're. You know what, Mike B? If I chop your head off, you look like my mom naked.
It should be Mike.
Your mother was
pancakes.
Your mother was an amazing woman.
She was an amazing woman, but I mean, as she aged, her body,
I'm not at full eggs nailed to a drywall, but
no, you're not. They're more. It's more you. I don't even want to say what you look like because I may lose a friend.
Dude, I think it's the weed. I think I got that man boob disease from the weed.
Does weed give you
boob disease?
Weed gives you boobs? No one told me that. My doctor that said that you can shed the virus, she didn't tell me that.
Bro, it's like 40% of dudes can get man boobs from weed.
I didn't know this. Did you know that, Tom?
Yeah. Well, all I know is Snoop Dogg doesn't have that.
He doesn't.
Better genetics.
He does have better genetics.
Snoop Dogg got lucky, bro. Dude, can you imagine Snoop Dogg with fudgers, though?
I can't, and I don't want to. I don't want to imagine a world where Snoop Dogg has long, saggy breasts. I don't want to. I don't want to live in a world like that.
So, Mike.
Right, anyways.
Mike, let me ask you a question. Do you think everybody would just rather, because we're going to take pictures at the BDM beach party, and we could just Daniel and Sam and me can just stand there and take pictures, and it doesn't have to be any camera.
We don't have to discuss them up.
I mean, okay, so honestly, you guys don't really need it. I mean, we're all here to see you guys. I mean, there's probably a couple horny dudes who just are going to raise hell that we're not going to have a camel girl anymore. But I mean, we're all here to see you guys.
Raise hell.
You know that.
What does that mean? What are they going to? They're going to ride or start shooting their pistol arrows in the air?
Type on Facebook. How
you guys are going to have a January 6th on the studio.
Oh my god,
they'll be mad. Okay,
there's going to be a buffalo hat guy there demanding a camel
Just don't
girl.
pull out my podium. Just leave all my stuff where it is.
Norm's going to be holding my desk and walking in.
Exactly. My laptop ends up in some repair shop. Like, I've been looking for that.
Yeah, and I mean, other than that, dude, I think it's just it's an old school thing that you guys can bring up, and you could honestly put anybody in that camel mask, and it would just be a holdover from just your old days.
I think it's time I think maybe it's time to get rid of it, though. I mean, if we're having
What if we have Brendan O'Connor dressed as a merman?
Okay.
That would be awesome.
That would be pretty awesome. I don't know if he's confirmed.
Have him wear his, Lady Wharf drag costume in the middle of the summer.
Too hot.
Yeah, too hot. We want to make him comfortable. We want to chase him off, We also don't, he's doing good where he is.
Well, I mean, you just gave him COVID.
I don't know if we did.
No.
Hold on a second. Don't be spreading.
He doesn't even know that yet.
Yeah, he doesn't know that yet because we didn't think about it. He's fine. Yeah, he's good. He's tough as nails.
Daniel doesn't even have it.
I don't have it.
Sat next to me, breathed in my face the whole show.
Yeah, I don't have it. It's funny too, though. I did make that. You would look at the listener that came in here on Friday. They gave you COVID. That guy does not look like he's ever had COVID. He looks like a math teacher at a high school. Like a good-looking, presentable.
Wait, Daniel, who looks like they should get COVID?
He looked like my old math teacher, Mr. Doran, is why I said that. He looks just like him. A lot of my references are personal, Mike. Okay.
Mike, what are you up to today? Is there a day off?
I mean, it's my day off. I'm just cutting up clips for Oh No. I'm hanging out playing with dinosaurs. I'm living the best life.
Wait a minute. Is that a shot at me and Tom? That's mean. That is very, very mean. You're a dinosaur.
I'm playing Ark. I'm taming and rearing husbandry dinosaurs.
Oh, they're trying to get me to play that game, Tom. All the BDMs, they have a server for Ark.
What is that?
It's a dinosaur survival game where you run around naked in the woods as a little digital man. You build a hut and you have to hide and capture dinosaurs and train them and make them mate.
Oh my
Bro,
God.
I have 12 T-Rexes right now in a cave.
The BDMs have their own server. They try to get me on it. They play every night until 3, 4 in the morning.
I played till 3 in the morning last night.
Told you.
So you breed dinosaurs, and then what do you do?
Well, I mean, there are objectives. Like, you got to go beat bosses and stuff. So you got to breed the dinosaurs so that you have good dinosaurs to go fight the bosses.
You don't understand fun, so you're not going to get this. You're just not going to get it.
Yeah, I realized I should have said that in a less fun way. Maybe Tom would have gotten it.
You should see the chat room is lighting up right now, Tom, with people that are like, Dan, you should play it. I play it. Everybody, the BDMs, they have this own little dino world where they go and they run around. They have a village, right, Mike? Am I lying to Tom?
No, you're 100% on. Guess what, Tom? In Dino World, I don't have to pay my electric bill. In Dino World, I don't have to deal with my wife when she's upset with me because the dinosaurs are never upset with me.
See, there you go. Although if you don't pay your real electric bill, you won't have video games. So there's that.
That's true. I have to pay that one bill so I can keep my real virtual reality happy world.
That's the most important one.
In Dino World, do you have big-ass tees?
Rex?
Oh, my God.
No, dude, in Dino World, I'm, like, shredded. Like, 8-pack.
Of course.
Super buff.
You know, if you had to look like your own avatar in every video game, no man would play video games.
I would stop playing video games.
Because, like, even my character on the show, like, I made him, and he's 5'5", because remember, we determined that that's as low as you can go before video game developers figure that men are no longer men. They're like, well, if you're at 5'2", you're a creature person. Who cares? So my guy, my man in the show, I play for the Pittsburgh Pirates, which sucks. I don't want to play for him. I want to be traded. But he looks just like me, and he's 5'5". And every time I get to the plate, Boog Chomby, who is the announcer, he says, "Here comes Dan Dennis. You know, he's not very big, but here's a man with light tower power." That's what he says, light tower power. He calls me the light tower power.
You're the light tower.
Yeah, I'm a tiny tower. Get out of here, Mike B. I'm hanging up on you.
All right.
I love you guys.
All right.
Have a great day.
We love you too. Bye. This Zoom thing's as good as I remembered.
It's one of those things that you get used to doing something a certain way, and it's hard to change. Right?
Yeah, it is. It really is. But let's power through because I got a good one here. Remember when we were talking about how I have my mom's dog, Maggie the dog, and she's like a really good dog. Like, I have made her into a really good dog. And it's difficult for me to sort of talk about this, but a lot of the things I figured out, if I'm just being honest, a lot of the things that my mom was doing with the dog were a form of abuse and Munchausen syndrome, where she would like think the dog has to eat a certain thing, think the dog needs like my mom at one point, man, I hope I don't get people get mad at me for saying this. At one point, my mom had Maggie on like medicine for her heart, and I don't think she needed it. Like it didn't.
Hold on, what do you mean?
Like did the vet tell her?
Yeah, the vet was like, even in the note, we had some notes that, like, I found all my mom's, like, records, and I read in the notes, it even said, like, I think we can take her off, like, X medication, but she was still on it. You know, like, I think that there was, like, a kindredship, like, hey, if I'm feeling bad, well, Maggie feels bad, and if I'm not eating, then Maggie's, you know, like, I feel like there was, it's like a best friends kind of a thing there, but we did get a voicemail about it. Here we go.
You guys were talking about the Munchausen dog with the old ladies. That's for real. Most definitely.
Aww.
My mom's old dog used to only eat, per her, chicken and eggs. So the dog never ate any of the food that she'd buy, the dog food. So she'd feed him chicken and eggs. Well, dog had an allergy to it. Then her keep feeding it people food, the dog got diabetes. And then the dog in diabetes had to give him insulin shots every day. But the insulin shots made the dog go blind. So the dog has to take insulin shots every day, plus the dog is blind. Then it can't stand up, but she's got to take care of him, won't let him die. And so she, like, created this whole thing. Another thing, my aunt, her sister, their dog got hit by a car.
Oh, God.
Real awful. Took it to an emergency vet, spent $10,000 to get the dog not to die. On the way home from the vet, the dog died in the car. So they won $10,000.
Oh, my God.
Then he can't figure out how to hang up his phone. That's the best part of the call. It takes him like a solid minute to hang up his phone.
Do you get a refund if the dog dies on the way out of the bed?
No refund. I mean, it's correct. Here's the thing. I feel horrible for these people that do this because they do it because they love these animals so much. They're their family, and they'll spend any amount of money they can to help their loved ones, right? But at a certain point, it's, you got a 13-pound dog, and then it's 12 and a half years old, and it got ran over by a car. It's like you have to let it go. You can't spend $20,000 in surgery because what kind of life is it going to have? I remember there was a dog. I'm not going to say who had it because I don't want to make them feel bad. Yeah. But I saw this small dog that literally turned into what looked like a possum.
I'm sorry. Why would we talk about this? Do I just barf laugh? Like, I can't control it. I'll just sit there and I'll just start. It's because it makes me uncomfortable, I think.
And it was, it was like 16 years old or something
Maggie
like that.
Is 16. Maggie's 16.
Yeah, it was like 16 or 17 years old, and it lost its eyesight. Its eyes were white. Its hair fell out. It looked like a possum because all the hair on its tail fell off.
Yeah.
And it couldn't walk anymore, but
they
it was just being kept.
Little dogs that get the shaky back legs where their back legs bounce like a 6'4" Impala. Yeah. They bounce like an old 6'4" Impala.
And it was still alive. And I remember seeing this thing, and I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. It wasn't, I guess, I'm not in pain or whatever, but it was just so old. And at a certain point, you're like, why are you keeping it alive? Why?
Yeah. Well, like Maggie,
you can't kill it, I guess.
These were little things. It would be like, Maggie only eats this cheese. Maggie doesn't eat this. She'll only eat turkey for snack. Maggie doesn't like milk bones. God, you can't give her a milk bone. She's slapping it out of my hand. What are you doing? Like, bah! You're like, what? God damn it, don't give it to her. She's allergic to milk bones. Are you crazy? And none of that was true. She likes milk bones. She eats them like, I almost cursed. She eats them like blanket Tic Tacs. Like that. She doesn't eat cheese now because we got her off of that. The cheese, newsflash, was giving her explosive spray diarrhea because dogs are not supposed to eat an entire block of Kraft Cracker Barrel brand cheese. My mom was convinced that Maggie only ate Kraft Cracker Barrel. The Kraft Cracker Barrel is their upscale brand, right? There's Kraft cheese and then there's Kraft Cracker Barrel, not related to the breakfast place. My mom was convinced that she only ate Kraft Cracker Barrel cheese to the point where if I bought Sargento cheese, she'd be like, oh, you got to go back. I'd be like, why do I got to go back? She'll only eat Cracker Barrel. She knows the Kraft Cracker Barrel. I'm like, Mom, this dog does not know. She knows the packaging. She saw it when you took it out of the bag.
She knows the packaging.
She saw it when you took it out of the bag. Like, they would be these type of conversations, And I think a lot of people could relate to this. We all know. And you try to be kind. You're like, okay, yes. And you know what? I just get in the car and take it back. And just go get the Kraft Cracker Barrel and come in. And she's like, see, I told you. See? She's very stuck in her ways. And I'd be like, okay. All right. Well, okay.
I think we have to talk to my mom because she has.
Does she do this? Can we?
She does it with Bitey.
Bitey.
I mean, who knows what she feeds that dog, and then what, what
cheese
kind
puffs and Sunkist.
Yeah. I mean,
my mom, when we kept Maggie, she'd drop her off, and then it would be like Maggie, and then like a little cooler, like a little zipper cooler, like those Chinese coolers we sold, the little zipper coolers.
Yeah.
And like a lunch bag. And inside the lunch bag would be little bags of like Boar's Head turkey, Kraft Cracker Barrel cheese, like Triscuits. Like, this dog ate like wine and cheese. Like, what it ate.
It's a little lunchable for the dog.
And then my mom was convinced. She'd be like, she has IBS just like me. All diarrhea all the time. And I'd be like, well, maybe we should get her off the cheese and Triscuits and the turkey and get her on like, I don't know, Purina One or some goddamn dog food and see. And you know what? I hate to admit it, but I was right on this one. The old dog food did the trick. Stopped up that diarrhea good.
So you're saying dogs shouldn't eat Triscuits and Cracker Barrel
cheese? And my mom was buying a pound of Boar's Head oven gold turkey, which is like $9.
Yeah. That's what you eat.
Yeah, that's what I eat. I'm a little dog, though. And also, she would get the Cracker Barrel cheese, the 2-4, and and believe it or not, the dog had a preference of cheese. Monterey Jack. Monterey Jack. It's crazy. All right, let's get another voicemail. Let's try. We did Munchausen dogs. Let's try this one. This is for Tom.
Hey, Tom and Dan. Well, Tom, you know me from whenever you were supposed to ride a bull with Strong the Bear at the bull riding event at TBR in Orlando, and I showed up to ride the bull for you. Fortunately, they didn't let me get on it, and they put you on something that didn't even move out of the bucking chute. Just laughed about it. But hey,
I like that he pointed out that he laughed about it, like right in your face. Like I think this is a pivotal moment in the voicemail.
Didn't even move out of the bucking chute. Just laughed about it. But hey, the watermelon thing. If you guys want to know about it, I know all about it. It's in South Florida. All my family grows it. I mean, it's the first thing we do in farming. And to go with your pool idea, be honest with you, Tom, I've been doing pools for about 30 years. I started doing leak detection 20 years ago, and we don't even get in the pool anymore, bro. You just let the water level drop to a certain level, and that tells you exactly where the leak is, and you patch it up. We don't even use dyes anymore. Hope that helps you out, or call me back. 689.
Oh, well, he's going to give his number. So they just let it leak out till it stops, and then they're like, there's your leak?
Yeah, well, that's not fun. My whole fantasy was get in the pool with the scuba diving equipment and put the dye.
Doesn't that waste a ton of water?
What, letting the water just leak out?
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't it be better to get in there and try and save a couple thousand gallons?
Nah, well, it's probably not that much, and most leaks are right around the return anyway.
I don't think you have any idea what you're talking about.
No, I know. Hold on, I've had a pool for 15 plus years.
How many leaks have you found?
Oh, all the leaks. I used to have a vinyl liner pool in Deltona. Daniel saw it, remember?
I did, with a snake that had been vinyled inside of it. It was a good feature. And then the snake died, and then you had the impression of a snake. Did it ever rot or was it still under there when you would poke it?
No, it disintegrated, and then it was just a permanent outline of the snake.
It was like somebody had put window tint over a hot dog. That's a perfect analogy.
People may not think that's possible or true, but that was 100% true.
Yeah, there was a snake that had been vinyl linered over in your pool, and you could see him. He did, you could see the head, the snake body, and the little tail.
It's like that meme of the person that painted over the cockroach. Have you seen that?
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the same thing.
I like it when I like it when street, when they're putting the stripes in the street and they just paint over things. I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah. It's pure laziness and don't care.
Yes.
Going back to this guy that called, I remember. Because when he first was telling the story, I'm like, I have no recollection of this.
Oh, he's the bull rider, man. Now, I remember this one. Was this when you had to get the rodeo clown paint on your face?
That was a different time.
Okay.
Oh, sad.
That's what makes it sad. Is that there's multiple. The fact that there's which bull riding stunt was it is like, ugh.
That was, I think, years later.
Well, you got to give a buffer. You got to give a bull buffer in there.
I remember that was the one thing I do regret that I didn't get to do was ride an actual bull, because I was going to do it, and then last second the actual organization.
Whoa!
Yeah, it wasn't going to let me do it, but then that's why I remember getting a hold of this guy because he was going to ride the bull in the bear suit. At the end, basically at the end of the whole radio thing, I realized you could fake a lot of this stuff, and it would, who cares or whatever.
Right.
So I would just get guys like the BMX guy to do the backflip or whatever.
You would do like sound effects of stuff. I remember one where you like stole a boat. You did like sound effects, and you would do like airplane sound effects, train sound effects, just to kind of like make it a little easier on yourself.
Yeah, because I realized I'm not going to go and actually get on a train and ride it and then call in. I mean, it's ridiculous. Who cares if I actually do it? Well, I would do it if there was video.
It is illegal, though.
Have you ever hopped a train? Has anybody here?
Yeah.
I have too. Yeah,
For sure.
At Jeremy Shanley's house. It's one of the probably the more dangerous things that I've done, because I think that because I'm so open with my fear of flying, that it's just been like everybody's like, oh, he's been talking about it for like decades, and it's such an irrational fear that most people just assume that I'm afraid of everything that I come in contact with. Which is not the case. But that one was probably, when I think back on it, that's one of the only things I've ever done that gives me chills now to think back to it, because I'm like, that was really dumb. Like, that was like notoriously like gives me sweats right now thinking about Maisie doing that. I'm like, what are you doing? That is so dumb.
Oh, yeah.
Because you know who ruined it for me? Your buddy Joe. The paramedic, he would tell the horror stories about the thousands of homeless people that sleep on the rail tracks and just get. I mean, it's all the time.
Well, you start to think like you running next to a train, like your pant leg or shoe gets caught up in someone, the wheel or whatever. Like, oh man, I mean,
you gotta wait till it slows down. You don't do it when it's going fast.
You run it. You run it when it's like just kind of tiptoeing through a town.
Yeah.
When it does the tiptoe, and then you jump. But still, I mean, like, that would be...
Man, I was so excited for this week because we were supposed to do the Tom Van 15-mile-an-hour run.
Oh,
we're doing it next week.
Yeah, we're doing it. We're going to do it.
You think your lungs will be good by then?
Yeah,
he hasn't even been huffing and puffing. The day I saw him that he got COVID, he was working.
He was cough crazy Monday.
He was cough crazy Monday. You're right.
Yeah,
and we joked that he had COVID.
Yeah, no, I know. And I did. It was COVID. But yeah, it was just a call. I feel 100% fine. We're gonna do it Wednesday, and Joe is gonna come film it. So we're gonna do it Facebook Live on the BDM Facebook page, and we'll put it out. But now that I had a couple days to research it, and it seems it's gonna be pretty difficult.
Well, I had a guy write me who's like, I run every day. I'm a runner. The best I can run is 11 miles an hour. Good luck. I'm like, okay, well, it's undoable.
Well, he's 11 miles an hour maybe constantly, but I said to 3 Mississippis.
He wants to do a 3 Mississippi spurt.
Yeah.
Most of this time off has been used learning how to count to 3 Mississippis. That's my Jimmy Fallon joke of the week. Let's try this one. Because you, sir, you said something in construction land. You put it out there, and I have a feeling we're going to get a lot of calls about this because you besmirched the good name of delicious Modelo beer.
Hey, guys, calling you. I'm a plumber. You can probably hear the drywall truck unloading in the background, but you're talking about the construction Modelos, and I myself have an affinity for Modelo. I actually have 2 ice cold in my cooler right now. So when it hits about 3:45 when I start cleaning up, I open one and I have me a shaky hand Modelo. Take it easy, guys.
Oh my God. Multiple emails about the Modelo beer. You didn't think people drank Modelo?
I don't know anyone that drinks Modelo.
I love Modelo. It's like if you want a Budweiser, but you don't want to be so basic, right? Because it's like a lager. I believe it's a lager. I very much enjoy. If I'm drinking a lager, all of the Latin beers are on the table for me. I'll give you my favorite. Pacifico is my favorite beer. If it's just a Mexican lager, and if it's a beer that's got to have a lime in it, Pacifico all day. That's my jam.
Doesn't Modelo have the fancy gold foil?
Yeah.
On the top?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they don't need that.
Also,
and,
Modelo...
their customers will still drink it.
I think you're right, but I do like it. I like the gold.
Yeah, but they could save a lot of money on that gold foil and just take it off, and then I feel like they'll have the same amount of sales. 100%.
Yeah, you're probably right. Like Modelo, Dos Equis, Pacifico.
There it is.
Pacifico's another good one. El Presidente, that's another. All of these beers are like some of my favorites. Like I absolutely love them. We do have to. Oh, go ahead.
The guy mentioned he has a shaky hand, Modelo.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's ruined being an alcoholic is
families. Families have ruined it.
Well, responsibilities.
I know it sucks having a wife and a kid that loves you and they don't want you to like mess up.
It's TikTok because
it's hard to do a video when your hands are shaking.
I see these TikTok videos and there's a couple of people that are like just do this exclusively, talk about like recovery and being alcoholic.
Oh, you got in my algorithm. Don't dip your toe in my algorithm. It'll mess you up.
And then they show, and then there's a couple TikTok influencers that like that actually show the reality of like what they do in the morning as an alcoholic.
Oh God.
And that is rough to watch. And then you see, like they wake up, they're shaking crazy, and then they're like pouring themselves shots of vodka, and they show like how many shots of vodka it takes.
But it calms them down, and I'm like, whew, good thing for that vodka. Like, well, you'd have been in rough shape.
And then you're like, oh no, don't show me that.
Don't show me my future.
In a weird way, I would make the argument. It's no different than a woman who gets up, who looks a certain way, and then they put on all their makeup and do their hair a certain way, and then they go out there so they can present themselves as a professional. My alcohol is just my inside makeup.
And also, it's like, how did you? And I know it's an addiction, and like you get there gradually. But
yes,
when you're taking shots in the morning for hand stops, you got to be like, "Whoa, what is happening here?" This is
you know what's
happening at that point.
Yeah, but people get. I mean, a lot of people get to the whole drinking in the morning to just get through the day, which is, I mean, that's too far. I mean. You have to.
Oh
do
man,
something
way to bring us down. I like the I just like the TikToks of the Dr. Meat who says all I should eat are pig balls and bull balls, and if I only eat that, I'll be surfing in Costa Rica just like him. We got to take a break. We'll take a quick one. Are we coming back?
I don't know. I don't even know how much time has been.
Yeah, we've done 43, so I'm okay with coming back. Close it out. Let's do it.
Let's come back.
All right, we'll be right back.